keep this piece steady. This piece. Huh? Okay, just like rotating. Okay. So I can start? Yeah? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mataji, would you like to sing for a short Jayarada Madhava? No. Can you? Just for short. Yes, please. Gopi Janavalabha Vivarajali Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Munatira Vanachari Shodanandana Raja Janaranja Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. That was sweet. So today we're reading Bhagavad Gita. We're reading the first chapter entitled Observing the Armies, and verse text today it's a 43, number 43. And Sanskrit it's going like this: Utsana kula dharmanam manushyanam janardanam narakeniyatam vaso bhavatyanu shushrumam. Can you, this last part, I heard you say it nicely. Bhavatiti anushruma, okay. Anushruma. Bhavatiti anushruma. Is that? Okay, let's try again. Utsana kula dharmanam manushyanam janardana narakeniyatam vaso bhavatyanu shushruma. Utsana kula dharmanam manushyanam janardana narakeniyatam vaso bhavati anushushuma. Utsana kula dharmana manusyanam janardana narakeniyatam bhavati anushushuma. Utsana kula dharmana manushyanam janardana narakeniyatam vaso bhavati anushushuma. Utsana kula dharmana manushyanam janardana narakeniyatam vaso bhavati anushushuma. Thank you, devotees. And let us see now word by word. What does it mean? Please repeat after me. Utsana, spoiled. Kula dharmanam, of those who have the family traditions. Manushyanam, of such a man. Janardana, oh Krishna. Narake, in hell. Niyatam, always. Vasaha, residence. Bhavati, it so becomes. Iti, thus. Anu Shushruma, I have heard, by disciplic succession. Translation, a purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family tradition are destroyed dwell always in a hell. Who's speaking here? Arjuna, yes, Arjuna. This is a part of first chapter when Arjuna get bewildered. You know, he saw the Krishna brought him in between two armies, and then he saw there is his beloved grandpa Bhishma, and then his teacher Drona, and his family is there, so he's supposed to fight them. And he gets completely bewildered, not knowing what to do. So he's saying these words now. And here is a purport by Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna bases his argument not on his own personal experience, but on what he has heard from the authorities. That is the way of receiving real knowledge. One cannot reach the real point of factual knowledge without being helped by the right person who is already established in that knowledge. There is a system in Varna Ashram institution by which, before death, one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activities. One who is always engaged in a sinful activities must utilize the process of atonement called prayashchita. Without doing so, one surely will be transferred to the hellish planets to undergo miserable lives as the result of sinful activities. Magyana Timirandasya Gyanam Jana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Once more, I'm going to read the translation of 143. O Krishna, here if you notice here in word by word, Krishna is called Janardana. O Krishna, maintainer of the people, I have heard by disciplic succession that those whose family tradition are destroyed dwell always in a hell. Here in a purport, I find this process which Srila Prabhupada mentioned, the process of atonement called prayashchita. Is it anyone heard about that prayashchita? About this, you know about prayashchita? Do you? Can you tell us about? Can you? Yes, please. Yes. Because I was kind of like, oh, what is prayashchita really means?
We can understand different things like atonement. In the Christian tradition, they hit themselves with something, and actually, I don't know in Vedic tradition.
I was little. Is it anyone else have any idea about prayashchita? What is prayashchita? Srila Prabhupada here mentioned as a process, which is practice in a Varnashram Dharma.
What does the word meaning?
So, yeah.
What is the translation?
Okay, so there is no word by word translation, so Srila Prabhupada mentioning in a purport. So I was like kind of curious, what does this mean? So I did a little research. So I was just wondering, is it only me who don't know about this word, or it's you heard me? Do you? Okay. So I will read now what I find. Praya means tapas, yeah, tapas, and chitta, resolve or firm belief. So prayashchita represents an aspect of Dharma Shastra. The Upanishadic theory is that one must bear the consequences of all activities, good or evil, We agree with that? And how does it call this? The like kind of getting consequences for the action. How do we call that? Can you tell us?
I'm thinking of some kids, they react.
You can use the microphone. Because, like, you know, when they are watching this on YouTube, they don't hear what you say.
Okay.
Well, I was just thinking of atonement and how some kids, when they have trouble with their friends, they react by being alone and moving away from their friends and being in solitude. And that might be an expression of trying to atone for bad things you might have done in your relation to others, because you maybe feel ashamed.
And this is really like sensitive observation, I should say. That could be like a result of kind of certain behavior to your friends, and then it's like kind of in one point you see maybe I didn't done the right thing, no, and then you get a little bit inward and so on. And but this is saying about bear the consequences of all actions, good or evil. We have a specific word for it. How is it call it? The action. Karma, of course. Yeah, we call it karma, isn't it? Like the bearing the consequences of all action. But sometimes an evil action is done without any previous thought. It happens sometimes, no? And here is given one modern time example, like as for example, when one man's gun goes off by accident and somebody is killed or seriously injured. So sometimes it happens something we do something and it's like harm other one, but we really didn't think like to do that, no? So what to do in this kind of in this situation, no? That's possible. This is like one-man gun. It's like modern example, but I was thinking of few examples from Mahabharatas when it's like kind of happened like things like this. Is it anyone can remember anything from any story from like Vedic scriptures when someone is like didn't want to do, but it happened some kind of disaster, like he harmed or killed someone? Yeah, there are many. You wanna tell some? There are many. Yeah, because they change the course. It's a destiny, you know, and they change course of the events in Mahabharata. I know two. Like I mean,
what created the chaos is, for example, when Queen Kunti gave her first son away.
Karna.
Yeah, Karna.
Yeah.
This created some chaos.
Much pain to this baby, no? And to her as well. But she didn't know how to react, what to do in that situation, no? Because she felt very, like, she couldn't, bear the consequences of what's happened. Do you know about Queen Kunti and her son Karna, her first baby Karna? We want to hear the story. So I can tell in a short. So there was a very special young princess, and she served one sage very nicely. And as a present, he gave her a mantra, sacred mantra, by which he can invoke, so call any demigod she wants, like to be with her, no? And she was a young girl, so she was curious. Like, is it this mantra really work? Is this possible that now any demigod just can come, you know, and be here with me? So she want to try out. And then, which demigods should I call? Okay, I'm going to call the sun god, the Surya. So she said mantra and meditate on Surya, and like her room become all just light. And demigod of Surya, the demigod of sun god came to her room. And he said, okay, you called me. And she was so confused, like, oh, beautiful, how beautiful you are, like, wow, you really came. Oh, so nice, And then he said, okay, I came, you called me, so. And she didn't know what he mean. And then he said, like, sorry, if I come, I come with a purpose. So you call me, and now we're going to have a child. Wow. But she said, oh, sorry, I'm just I'm still not married, and what's going to be in the future with me? It's like, if they find out that I had already some other man, like nobody going to get married with me. And then he said, oh, don't worry, I'm a demigod. Your child, we're gonna have a child, beautiful child, but it's going to be born from your ear. So nobody will know that you have any relation with some other man before. So they get a baby, which is born from the ear, and the Sanskrit name for the ear is Karna. So the boy name was Karna, but now it was a child there, and beautiful, beautiful child, which had a very shiny almond. It's born already with a golden almond. So she was, wow, she never seen something so beautiful. But, she was just didn't know what to do. She was young and unmarried, and, in that time, that was not a way, the girls, they have babies before the marriage. And she was a princess, and it will be like very bad reputation for her family if anyone get to know about that. So what she done with her great pain, she put this baby in a soft basket and let him down the stream, hoping this child will be somehow saved. And he was saved and become really great warrior. Yes, that's one of example when the things, thank you. It's like when the things go a little bit different than we really want, and we still need to bear the consequences. Please, what is your name?
My name is Syama.
Sam, you want to say something?
I just want to ask.
Yes. Yes.
I think I'm sitting in the wrong side too.
You're sitting on the right place. You're sitting on the Bhagavad Gita class. That's the best place to be.
Well, I just wanted to ask if this baby that grows up to be a warrior, is he then King Kunti? Or
No, she's a Queen Kunti because later on she get married with Pandu. Pandu, so the king of the Pandu was a king of a world actually. But he had other accident, which was come in this category that it's like you don't want to happen, but it's like happened. Do you know? You know what was Pandu's accident? Can you tell us?
Yeah, actually, the whole situation was a very blessing for her actually, because that she can call any deva was a great blessings for later, because he got cursed by a sage that he the moment when he would have sexual act, then he will die. So he cannot get a child by sexual activity. So that is pure blessings for her, because in this way she could call different kinds of demigods and get children.
Yes. Yes, so that was a Pandu, her husband, who was actually the king of the world, you know, and she was a queen of the world. And there was a second wife, was called Madri. So there was two wives, but happened the disaster. What was happening? It was that Maharaj Pandu was hunting and seeing a deer in the bushes. So he shot an arrow, and then he found out that was actually the deer and the she-deer that was mating. And more, that was the Brahmanas who was taking the form of those deers, and they was like, you know, so he shot this deer, so he get accursed that whenever he will approach, you know, his wife for intimacy, he will die. So that's why he couldn't have his biological children. You know.
And then it's a blessing that he got his children from the.
And this was a secret son, you know. But then Kunti had this mantra, and then she said, "I have this mantra. I can call any demigod. I meditate on." So they decided to use that mantra. So she first called the Yamaraj or Dharmaraj, and then he get a great son called Yudhishthir. Yes, and then she called the demigod Vayu, wind demigod of, and then she get the very powerful son called Bhima, and then she called Indra, the king of all devatas, and he get son called Arjun. Yeah, so the Arjun is the one who is talking here in Bhagavad Gita with Krishna.
Yes.
And this is his brothers, you know. And all this Mahabharata, all these stories, you can read in a Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita is just the middle part of Mahabharata. So all these stories, they come before this Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I try and see if I understood it correctly? So we have the queen and the king there.
Yeah.
And she was given this mantra that she could call upon demigods.
Yeah, you can use microphone, so just that everybody can hear, you know. From the
I'm just trying to summarize a bit for myself, maybe also. See if but yeah, then we have this Queen Kunti.
Yes, Kunti.
Yeah, Queen Kunti, and she is contacted somewhat by this god that she can now call upon demigod with a mantra.
Yes.
Yeah, and in the first case, she's surprised and ends up giving away the first child.
Yeah.
From the son.
Because she was not married yet.
She was not married yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, and that was the accident, giving the evil act by a non-evil incentive.
Yeah.
That we started by. And then when she learns how to use it, she will be able to give sons and children to her man that is unable to connect intimately.
Yeah, very beautiful.
Okay.
That's very, that's
and one of the sons is I forget.
Arjun.
Arjun, yes, which is in
the
contact
hero
with
of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so there is but sometimes an evil action is done without any previous thought. This led to discussion in Dharma Shastra, as a result of which the doctrine of Prayashchita was developed. So we're discussing our Prayashchita, isn't it? It's a rain style. So Prayashchita, I'm going to read this again. this bewilderment, like sometimes it's something done, but you didn't want it to be done that way. So this kind of situation led to discussion in Dharma Shastras, as a result of which the doctrine of Prayashchita was developed. So Prayashchita was it's a storm out. So Prayashchita, it's developed to like kind of help in the situation when it's something happened without our will. Rites concerning the Prayashchitas proclaim the fact that all sins are pardonable if repented. This is nice, isn't it? That all sins are pardonable if repented. And this is repentance is a virtue, for it leads to the higher virtue of not committing a wrong again. This is nice thing to understand, no? That actually, like, all sins are pardonable, so we are not condemned till the end of the Brahma day. You know, if it's something happened, and we didn't want to happen, no? So, but one important point is here, this real repentance needs to lead to the higher virtue of not committing a wrong again. So it means not keep doing the same thing. I heard once one really profound statement, so please listen carefully and tell me what you think about it. It says saying the sorry, but not acting in a way to not commit the same thing again. It's an emotional manipulation. What do you think about that? So it means if he says sorry, but we continue to doing the thing which we said sorry for, it's an emotional manipulation. What do you think? Is that right?
I would say definitely, but the question is it good or is it bad? Because I think when you think I'm sorry for your own, then you maybe get a better mindset or something, or you think about the thing more. But yeah, when you think the other person needs to give you, or it's like bhakti, that you do something without getting something, want to get something back. You said sorry. You said sorry without that you not need from the person the okay, nice. You just say it from your heart, and that's all. Yeah, that is what I can say. But when you say sorry and you're not, I don't know. Maybe it's also like it's good for your mindset when you be conscious about that you made something false, and you in your mind you say sorry, but maybe you don't act the right way the next time. But it's also maybe it's a kind of good manipulation, maybe in some way.
If you say sorry, but you're doing again and again, then it's manipulation. Yeah.
When you say yes, but when you say it in your own mind, then it's
yes.
I don't know, it's okay.
Yes.
Maybe.
So that means like this sentence, repentance, it's a virtue, for it leads to the higher value of not committing a wrong again. So it's including like the idea. If I'm sorry, I will really try to not repeat it. You know, I will really try. So let us say what is said that the performance of prayashchitas relieves a person of a depressing thought that he is damned forever, and makes him feel at ease to turn over to a new life. So actually it's to give a person a new chance to do the right things, isn't it? And I think, and I see it like really healthy, like really psychologically healthy thing, because this kind of, if we get too much in this repentance mood, you know, it's just like, wow, I did something and I will never be forgiven, and it's like kind of can block us to continue with our life. And what is most important, it can block us from continue our devotional service, isn't it?
Repentance of Deutsch?
Maybe something from Catholic vocabulary, they can have something like, you know, when you go to church and...
something like...
like when you go to church and you go to, like, how you call this? Like atonement.
I think it's something similar like atonement.
Yeah. Okay, it's important to have a clarity. So it's like, it's a healthy to kind of have a certain rituals, like certain process, as here it says prashchitas, that you can clear the old mistakes and kind of start anew and especially continue our devotional service. Don't get in a downward spiral of I am guilty and I will never be forgiven. But the important thing is to have this attitude of I will never do this again. So so the Prayaschita, Srila Prabhupada say there is a system in the Varnashram institution by which before death one had undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activities. So when I read this, I was thinking, oh wow, Srila Prabhupada mentioned this process, but did he show us how to do it? Like, I don't know devotees doing that. Right? Do you know? So what do you think, like, why Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, but he didn't introduce this process to us? What do you think?
What is the question, once again?
Question is, like, Srila Prabhupada mentioned this, like, there is a system in Varnashram institution by which before death one has to undergo the process of atonement for his sinful activities.
The question would be how it looks like.
Yes, how it looks like. You know, why Srila Prabhupada mentioned it here, but he never introduced to us.
So you're asking the question of how explicitly one could achieve atonement, or one could go into this sort of state where one can atone for sinful activities.
No, my question was that Srila Prabhupada mentioned this process, but he didn't introduce to us.
Yeah.
So we kind of like, I don't know any devotees doing this process, you know, doing this prayaschita.
Yeah.
You know, as Srila Prabhupada said, there is a process and there is a Dharma Shastra kind of prescribing this thing. But I never heard from devotees somebody doing that.
Okay.
So my question is like, why so?
Okay. So there is a method for doing it, but why is nobody then
utilizing why it's not introduced to us?
Yeah. Why is it not more present?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think because of the Kali Yuga, because we live in Kali Yuga, and the politicians are like, or most people in the civilization are Shudras, and that's why I think it is not possible to make this, because we have temples all around the world, but I think this is not like Lord Chaitanya wanted to be, that in every part of the world, in every street in the world, they are chanting Hare Krishna. This is not. It is not like this right now. Right now, maybe it
Soon.
Soon, yeah.
Chitmoy.
Actually, I think this is, as we understood actually from the translation, atonement is also meant tapasya.
Yes.
So actually, I think that's atonement. That's our atonement.
Yes, tapasya, which is resolve actually free us from this bad reaction. But
I could imagine that's even also the process to get rid of. I mean, that's the kind of atonement, because what is tapasya or renunciation? This is actually something what gives you kind of pain, but for a higher purpose. So when these Christians do like this, and they also undergo some pain for the higher purpose, but we do tapasya in other way, like fasting on Ekadashi, or also others, even chanting is also in the beginning, prayaschitta. Yeah.
Can you tell us like when we're going around on Tulsi, like the song?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yani. Yeah.
Yani Chani Chap. What does it say?
If you circumambulate Tulsi Maharani every day 3 times, then you get rid of all sins, even of killing a Brahmana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually we're doing this every day, no?
Yeah.
Like by circumambulating.
It's also prayaschitta. Yeah.
Yes. So just by like mercy of Vrinda Devi, we get like free of all of sins what we have done. And then I was other thing. I was thinking about verse 1866 Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna said there. Sarvadharma parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. He say, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. So we have a shortcut, isn't it? Like our process, it's different. And it's like we need to like read really carefully, because Srila Prabhupada mentioned there it's a practice in one ashram dharma. But what we practice is bhakti yoga. So bhakti yoga, it's Krishna tells to us, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. So I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Ma suchaha. Do not fear. So in this sense, I was thinking prayaschitta, it's like Dharma Shastra, isn't it? Like I had a really nice example maybe, which can help us to understand that this like kind of yes, prayaschitta, it's a nice process, and it can help someone to free himself psychologically, for feeling a bad guilt, like feeling guilty. like doing some procedure. And I think it's healthy for devotees as well to understand it's like this is nice sentence, all sins are pardonable, if repented. And so that we are like kind of not stuck in the kind of like guilt, feeling a guilt of uselessness or not progress, and don't stop us to progress further in our spiritual life, and don't stop us to doing our devotional service. But we need to see there is like different priorities of instructions, So this is instruction from Dharma Shastra, Varnashram Dharma, no? And what Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita, this is ultimate instruction, no? Surrender unto me, and I free you from all sins, sinful reaction, no? So it's like, I have one a really nice practical example how it does look like different priorities of instruction in a certain moment. When they, like, it's happened to me just a few days ago. So I was on the busy crossroad, and they was digging the street there, like kind of working on the street, and they was working really hard day and night. So it's I want to cross the street, and I saw was a green light for me, but then I saw everyone standing, nobody goes, like what's going on? Then I saw there is a policeman in the middle of the crossroad who are regulating the traffic. So I could, it looks like all right to go when it's a green, isn't it? I have a right to go when it's a green. But in this situation, if I walked, I could get a fine, at least. I could get even run over, isn't it? Why? Yes.
I think it's a really interesting question. Mm-hmm. I think it establishes some of the conflicts that might arise when you are basing your logic on different types of systems. Mm-hmm. Because in your vision of your regular thought, then it would be okay to go over for green light.
Yes.
But when you're tapping into another type of system, then you are maybe logically, then you are going into another type of logic, and then you should obey some different laws of motion.
Mm-hmm. Exactly what I want to say. Because, when you have policemen on the crossroad, actually you need to follow him, whatever the traffic lights say. Mm-hmm. So even I feel it's my right to go, it's a green, and if I don't obey the policeman on the crossroad, I'm in trouble. Yeah. So this is the same thing here, So we have some instruction from Dharma Shastra, which is say, yes, there is something called prayaschita, and Srila Prabhupada explained this, that is something what is exists, and it's practiced in a one ashram dharma. But we have a higher instruction, which is coming there directly from Krishna, and he say, just surrender unto me, and I will protect you from all sinful reaction. Isn't it? It's very beautiful to kind of to understand. There is a kind the Vedas give us instruction for different levels of practice, So we have as well the one ashram. It's for the people who want to live in want a prosperity in this life, no? And by following Vedas, they will reach.
So what you're saying is that on one level, we are already obtaining atonement, and we can renounce some of our sinful actions by surrendering.
Very good. Yes,
But-
exactly.
But then we get confused maybe by more practical implications, where they will tell us to do it in certain manners or fashions, and we can be confused by how to actually do it, maybe by the example you're drawing from. But we should not be confused, because we have a policeman
Yes,
that is
yes,
actually
yes, yes.
caring for us.
We have higher authority.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that. Exactly that. That was my point. Thank you very much. It was exactly what I want to say. That's why it's nice to have the higher authority, the spiritual teacher, who can clarify us, what is the best process for us in this moment. Thank you. Is it any other reflection or thought or question that we can discuss? Welcome. So, thank you very much. It was beautiful to discuss with you Bhagavad Gita. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nrsimhadev ki jai. Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Thank you.
Mataji.